It's quite nice having a day of doing a good refresh and then extra jobs as well that you just never seem to get around to doing. Aid's hoovering upstairs. Doing really well with our list. And the last thing on my list is to unpack this big box of stock that's come. Good morning and welcome back to a new video. We're going to be doing a reset today. We've started a bit of a new cleaning routine these past few weeks, and it's going really well, and it's got us both involved. Usually I'm the main one that does the cleaning, but this is working really well for us so I thought I would share it with you. It's a bit of a reset, and it's like on top of my everyday, sort of every week cleaning. We're having like a mass blitz on a Saturday morning or once a week. And it's just working really well for us, both getting involved. It's taking about an hour, but the whole house is being done top to bottom, and we're just really pleased, and it just feels so nice. And then during the rest of the week, it's just the usual daily wipe down of the bathrooms, putting the hoover around, bit of a dust, that kind of thing. But we're really staying on top of things, and we're getting extra jobs done as well, which is really good. So I'm gonna go through my list, show you what needs doing, and then we're going to do it together. So I just thought I would share it with you. It might inspire you, but I would also love to hear from you. How are you keeping on top of your home at the moment? I know everyone has different ways of doing it depending on your job and how much time you're at home, how many of you there are, that kind of thing. It's obviously just the two of us now, so it is a little bit easier. However, I do feel less organised now than I ever did when I had the kids here and we had a proper routine. So here is my list. Hoover upstairs and down, sort the kitchen out, downstairs loo, our bathroom, kids' bathroom. Even though they don't use it, it gets really messy, and I have been using their bath as my plant hospital and showering. My houseplants are in rotation. I like to shower them down and leave them to soak overnight, so it's being used for that. All the mirrors. It's really sunny today, everything looks really dusty. Stairway, and by the front door, lounge, do the dusting, sort out the bin area. The bin needs wiping down. That's a job I often forget, and it needs doing. And then obviously the wall and the floor around there. I've had a big delivery yesterday, or actually it might have even been 2 days ago. I've got a massive box in the hallway, so that needs to be unpacked. I want to give my studio a little going over as well. Everything is tidy, it just needs a good hoover, dust, clean, and all that kind of thing. A bit of a refresh. I think that's another word for reset, is like refresh, just giving your home a little bit of TLC and a bit of a refresh. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to give the lounge a hoover and a dust. Aid's already been out in the garden, put the cushions out and had a tidy. So I need to unpack that box. I've still got charity bits around. We painted up the stairs, or Aid did, painted the stairs yesterday. And we removed my basket there where I keep like hats and gloves and things, so that all needs a clean. The hoover out, you taking that upstairs?
Yeah, can you give a hoover around upstairs?
Thank you very much.
We like our Saturday morning routine.
We do, don't we? Needs a wipe down. Looks like Aid's washed up. Oh, we've still got a little bit. We've had coffee and almond croissants this morning, so I'm going to give this all a little bit of a tidy. I put in a new wax melt this morning. We've got a Typhoon Lagoon one from the Wax Mouse. I want to order some more. That was the last one. So I need to clean up after the wax melt. Been washing rugs this morning, and I want to clean around by the bin. Again, where I cleaned out the wax melt, I've got bits and pieces everywhere down there. I want to give all that area a clean. The studio is tidy, but I filmed a couple of journaling videos yesterday, so I want to sort of put things away and just give this place a hoover and a bit of a tidy. And I'll give upstairs a good going over as well.
I see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get away. It's time we make a change. Oh, you know you'll always have me. Baby, I will always stay.
Right, so I have a question for you. We're just stopping for a quick Pepsi break. Whilst we're talking about refreshing homes, we had fish for dinner last night with fresh hake.
It wasn't smelly fish, was it?
No,
Not like it's smoked or anything like that.
You can just smell it when you come downstairs in the morning. I've got that Typhoon Lagoon wax melt going. What do you do when you've eaten really smelly food and you want your house to feel nice. Because as much as we've got some really strong candles, I don't really want the strong cinnamony ones burning today. It's a nice light sunny day and I wanted something a bit lighter. You've been putting ground coffee out, haven't you, in a little pot?
It's ground. It's not instant coffee, but it's like ground. We can't use it in our coffee machine because it's too coarse. It was a bag we bought years ago and we put it into little dishes. When we were decorating, there was do you know that smell sometimes where that paint smell? It's
supposed to neutralise the air.
If ever you go to, is it like Bath and Body Works?
Yeah.
Or any candle places, they often have under a little cloche, they
do.
have coffee beans. And the idea was you're supposed to sniff those. So it's supposed to reset your smell palette or whatever.
About that actually.
Well, you actually said about coffee because that's then when I thought, because sometimes putting a lot of pot of coffee on to do does actually, it's a nice smell, unless you don't like coffee, of course.
But then I think even some people that don't like coffee, they still like the coffee smell.
Yeah.
Anybody else like that? But let us know what you do. If you've had really smelly food in your house, what do you do to try and neutralise the air without making it really overpowering? Because also, you can put like a strong candle on or something, but then you've got the clash of smells, and sometimes that can be even worse. So, any tips, please do share. Right, should we get on with our cleaning? You taking the Hoover upstairs?
I'm going to do the Hoovering upstairs.
I'm going to finish the kitchen.
Are we blowing this out for the time being, or do you want to keep it going for a bit longer?
I really like it.
Okay.
I think it's really nice.
So let's talk home routines. Do you have a routine? As you know, I've since the kids have left school, I've really struggled to get back into my routine. I loved that routine that I had for years and years of like doing my housework in the morning, then I'd be in the kitchen preparing dinner whilst they had breakfast here at the table, and then I'd have done all my housework by the time they left for school in the morning and I could then go back to work. And I just haven't got back into that. I've even tried to reintroduce the same routine, the same times, and it just hasn't worked, and I just can't get back into it. And I've tried other routines and they haven't worked, so I'm wondering, is this the routine that will stick? Because I've just been lost the past few years and I can't seem to find myself again. So I'd love to hear from you. Have you had to change a routine, or have you never had a routine? Do you just clean as and when? For me, I find by sticking to a routine, that's when I can keep on top of things and it doesn't feel overwhelming. The last few years, I go through phases, try something, but then it becomes the overwhelm again and I feel I can't keep on top of things. I'm not enjoying the cleaning and I don't want to feel like that. I want to enjoy my home. I don't want it to feel like a burden. I want to feel that I'm keeping on top of things. And I'm wondering actually if now this is the one that will stick. I love the fact that we're both doing it together. That's a new thing for me. So again, I'm asking you, do you do all the house chores yourself? Do you split them? My neighbours once referred to them as blue jobs and pink jobs, which I quite like. You sort of like choose your favourite jobs, or one, Aid will always do the bins, for example. That's a blue job, that kind of thing. But I'd love to hear from you what you do, and are you in the same situation? Have you had life changes and you're kind of like in a bit of a fix at the moment? You're not quite sure, things have just changed, and are you needing a new routine? Do you feel like you're a little bit lost at the moment, or have you had the time in your life where you've needed to make a shift and you've actually found a new routine that works for you? Please do share. I'd love to hear from you.
Clean this. Mickey Mouse has not been coming out very well lately. Oh, let's give that a clean. It's just all clogged up. I actually thought the soap was nearly empty and I was going to refill it today, but actually this just needs a good rinse. Let's try it. Yay, it works again. You've got an upside down Mickey Mouse there.
Have you found yourself parenting differently to how you were brought up? I know a lot of people say that they can't help it and they just naturally go into the same parenting roles. I, however, haven't, and I've done the opposite a lot of the time to how I was brought up. One of the smaller things, I've always got jars of cookies. I've always got things out on display. My kids have always been able to have snacks. We've had like the snack baskets in the larder that they've been able to help themselves to. Obviously not just before before dinner, but you know, when the time allows, after school, weekends, that type of thing. And looking back, we never had that as kids. Food was really, really strict. I don't remember like having snacks after school, for example. We certainly would never have been able to help ourselves. And there just wasn't the freedom with food. And actually thinking about it, we have a lot of eating disorders in our family. And I just always remember food being very controlled, my mum always counting calories. And even now, and not just her, but other sort of people in the family. And I'm wondering sometimes if it can stem from that. I know it can obviously be genetics that can sometimes continue through. But I mean, and I haven't purposely gone down this route for that reason, but I've wanted to have a healthier relationship with food. So for me, food has always been widely available in our house. There's always been plenty of it, a good variety, and I've just wanted my kids to be able to make their own choices as well. Aid's hoovering upstairs. You getting all those lines in?
Yeah.
Whilst we're upstairs, I wanted to ask, I've managed to kill off, I think, this ivy. It was living on the top of one of the kitchen units. It's gone completely dry. I've been watering it. I've left it in the sun here in the bathroom. Is there anything I can do with this? It's completely dry. Is there any way of bringing it back to life? I know quite a few of you are really into your plants, so any help would be really appreciated. Don't the stairs look so much better? I'm so pleased. It's on window duty. We just use the Method multi-surface cleaner, don't we? It cleans everything.
Yeah.
So much happier in the bathroom upstairs, but I need to get another plant down here because it covers the wires. That's a job that Aid's been meaning to do, actually. Aid, did you want to put your wires job on the list for this weekend? Thank you. They just perk up there. Obviously the light's so much better than down here. We have been sort of like moving them into the sunny spots in the day, but I'm just rotating them up at the moment from downstairs and upstairs. I watched somebody's video a while ago, and she calls Wednesday Wet Wednesday, and that's when she waters her plants, so she always remembers to water them, and I tried that. However, because I rarely know what day of the week it is, because all my days just kind of mould into one, so I just try and water them once a week. So it's kind of become a thing. Saturday mornings when we're doing our reset, that's when I water the plants. I know what this one is supposed to look like. It's obviously a succulent. Holly had killed it off to virtually nothing. It was originally a cutting from my mum, and it's just flourished down here. It's got so big, but is it supposed to flop like that? It just feels really weak. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it's just grown and grown and grown. But I don't know if it's supposed to look like that. One that lots of you gave advice to me, it's just growing up and up. You did say to cut off like some of the bottom. I've cut off some of the leaves, got a little bit growing down there. I would just love it to bush out a little bit rather than it be long and spindly. Should I, it just seems so wrong, should I cut off like the top? I don't know, because they look so nice and healthy, but I would love it to be a bit more a plant rather than a beanstalk. This one here was tiny. This is one of Holly's that she didn't take to Manchester. That's got really big. It's just grown so many new pieces just suddenly, and they've just shot up. You can see like the real fresh green ones. I love this one so much. Just gets watered once a week and looks like that. And I've just been around and watered all the plants upstairs. For somebody that never used to like plants, or didn't think, it wasn't that I didn't like them, I felt I couldn't keep them. I am loving them now, 2 years on, and I just keep buying them. I was just dusting the walls, and I've decided that I'm going to remove the eat sign above the door. It's been up there for years.
I never thought that I would be the one disagree.
He's just come down, he's done the mirrors. Did you do the mirror at the bottom of the stairs?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Haven't done the lounge one. The reason being is that's a difficult one because it's plastic.
Yeah.
It never cleans very well, so I don't want to do that.
I'm going to go and do the downstairs loo. Using the downstairs loo as the decorating cupboard at the moment. So we're storing all the paints and things as we're using them. But I'm going to give that mirror a clean. By the way, I bought that in a charity shop. It was gold. It's only like a plastic frame, and I taped it all off and sprayed it silver in the garden, which I'm really pleased with. I'll definitely be taking that with us when we move. Clean this area now, which that basket has not been moved for a very long time, as you can see. It's quite nice having a day of doing a good refresh and then extra jobs as well that you just never seem to get round to doing. I'm loving our new Saturday routine. Just cleaned up down there. Aid's going to put some caulking around just to finish it off, and then I've cleaned all up the stairs as well. Every time I'm doing a mucky job, I'm putting these in the washing machine and starting a new one. Really well with our list. I love a day of doing all the extra jobs. This is what you're doing in the kitchen. If you saw our kitchen revamp video, I'll leave the link to that below. This stuff is amazing. This caulking really makes a difference. And I'm in the midst of hoovering.
We've been on and off, we were never meant to keep.
We are doing really well. I've just hoovered downstairs. I'm about to mop, and I've just cleaned the front door and around it inside and out. So that leaves us with mopping and studio jobs. The area now looks so much cleaner. By the way, if you've got any tips, what we can do with this space here where the tiles don't meet the edge, the carpet was ripped up years ago, but it seems to be a bit wide for like the between the door thingy. Any tips, let us know.
We've been on and off, we were never meant to keep. So many times that I have cried.
And the last thing on my list is to unpack this big box of stock that's come for an upcoming kit. I've got Christmas kits and I've got the August kit. Since making my own journals, I'm having lots of people asking me about what tape to use. So I'm actually going to start stocking the tape in my online shop. I've got 2 different widths, so I'll leave a link to those. That's the final thing crossed off that list. This was a routine I had back when the kids were really little, and I would always do a big blitz Saturday morning, and it just always felt really nice. I just love that feeling of knowing my whole house is clean and tidy and everything's put away, nothing's out. It just feels really nice, whether you do that on a Monday morning or for us on a Saturday, and whenever you do it. And then, like I said, it's just doing it and then through the week and just wiping things over and just keeping on top of jobs.
It just makes it feel really, really nice and just manageable. So I really hope that we manage to keep this up. We've been doing this for a few weeks now and it's working really well for us, and trying to squeeze in those few extra jobs as well. Whilst I'm in that state of resetting and getting ready for the new week, I'm also going to plan our menu for the week as well. I'm just writing our menu planner for the week. I think tonight we're having frittata, aren't we?
Are we?
Yeah, do you fancy that?
You mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah, I quite fancy that. Are you not in the mood?
Yeah,
Feta cheese.
Yeah.
That was on the menu for Tuesday, which we didn't have. I like jiggling things around sometimes. You've asked for pasta this week, haven't you? Pasta with the marinara sauce.
Yeah, unless you want me to make a carbonara.
I've never had carbonara. Tell you something else, I've got quite a lot of broccoli. I might do broccoli and cheese. Aid's Googling it now. I might do, you know, when I do my rice with broccoli and cheese. My only problem with doing that, I eat so much of it.
Well, you need to stop.
I can't help it.
That's
I
the
just
thing,
love
you
it.
have double servings, don't you? 'Cause
I
you have big
know.
servings in the first place,
I love
and then
it.
you have double again.
I know, I love it so much.
So it could be 2 meals.
I know.
You know, like your batch. You're very into your batch cooking, aren't you?
That's true.
Yeah, you think of it that way. You've probably eaten enough.
Yeah. So I've made the menu based on what we've got in the cupboards, fridge and freezer. Pasta with tomato sauce Monday, schnitzel and red cabbage on Tuesday, spinach curry. I've got loads of spinach I need to use up, and I'll do like chickpeas and all that, so that's going to be a vegan curry Wednesday. Aid's going to make his cheats carbonara. I will vlog it if he makes that on Thursday. Friday we're meeting up with Louis. I think we're getting food, but I'm not sure what time, so depending on if we're eating or not, I might do a broccoli and cheese risotto. I want to do jalapeno toasties next Saturday. I really, really fancy those. Recreate the ones from Hollywood Studios, and steak on Sunday. That's my menu. A nice balanced menu. Anyway, I'm going to finish this video here. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with us today. It's been a little bit of a different video, just both of us sorting out the house and having a bit of a cleaning session. So having a reset every now and then, a good bit of a refresh in the house is such a nice feeling. I feel like we're not only set for the weekend, but set for the week now as well. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's inspired you too. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you in a weekend vlog on Sunday. Lots of love.